Hello everybody, this is the Doctor, and today Typical Manga Fan and I will be discussing Chapter 620 of Bleach, Where Do You Stand? Apparently, and by the end of this you'll see Ichigo is not standing anywhere, but that comes later.
I have a better question. Hey, it's the Doctor. It's Doctor.
Yeah.
Where do you stand with this manga right now?
Eh,
After reading this chapter.
well, all our complaints about wasted pages are definitely going to come into play here, I'll tell you that now.
Alright.
I never really paid much attention to it before until you really brought it up, but I'm really noticing it now. Oh, speaking of kind of missing stuff and noticing it later, remember last week when you weren't sure why Yoroichi's arm got twisted? That was one of Yuok's minions.
No. I knew why. I just didn't know what his name was.
Oh, I guess then I'm the one who missed it then. Parkinjas or something.
Yeah.
Sounds like a German parking lot. Parkinjas.
Yeah, his name is on the left. Does he have? I wonder what letter he is. Or is he like one of those specials that doesn't seem to have a letter? Like actually, you know what? Yeah, that's a good question. What letters are left? Like, is this guy C? You know?
I don't know. Let's see. Actually, are these guys have these guys been the higher letter so far, or has that been a pattern?
Well, no. The letters have no like the letters being like higher on this alphabet have no correspondence to their power levels. The only ones who are like are strong based on their letter are A and B.
Okay.
From C to Z, it doesn't matter.
Actually, you were right about C.
Oh, he's C?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's C of the compulsory.
But isn't he like the? He has to be the last one, right? Like that's not been fully revealed yet, right?
Just because he got a cloak. I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I said, we just see him in his shadowy eyes and a cloak. That's pretty much it. So.
Yeah, but I mean, he's the only one that's not fully revealed yet, right? Because I don't think there's any left. I think all of them have been revealed.
I think we got them all one way or another.
Yeah, I mean, you have the list in front of you or something like that?
TV tropes, yeah. There's a character sheet for the Vandenreich. Right now, like B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I.
Okay, yeah, because I know on the Bleach wiki they have like a list of them, and you can see. I mean, if you miss a letter, then you'll see like where they, you'll see where the hole is. But anyway, as you're looking that up, I'll go on with the chapter. So basically, the royal palace is being actually cut in half. It's a better word. And Chad, Orihime, and Ganjul are probably asking themselves why the hell did they come in the first place, and I'm asking the same question: why the hell are you there? Mm-hmm. And then you can see the guy in the I don't know how to say his name. Pernicus Parkinjas.
I'm not even gonna try.
PP. I'll call him PP.
There you
PP is just standing there, in his cloak, as the place is crumbling down.
I helped do that.
Yeah, because construction of property does so much shit apparently. Apparently, and there's a fan art of Aizen. It's kind of weird. Okay, so he seems to jump off or stand in midair. I don't really know which one.
I wasn't sure if that was that or if somebody was discarding their robe or something.
Oh, is he discarding his robe? Oh yeah, he probably is. Yeah, I think it's discarding his robe, or somebody discarded. Oh no, I think that's Uryu. Wait, no. Yeah, who the hell discarded the robe? Is it Uryu or
not? But I think that is him because there's like the little symbol on the side there.
Yeah, I was thinking that. And Uryu still has cloak on, so yeah, okay. So anyway, it says the one who blocks the path before Ichigo is none other than the former ally Ishida Uryu.
Yep.
Where do you stand? And of course, Uryu, being Gin Ichimaru of this arc, is standing in Ichigo's way.
And in the next page, we get an ally roll call. Ishida-kun. Ishida.
Okay, I don't understand why they're so surprised because they already knew this coming in. Like they said, like, oh yeah, we're gonna, kick his ass and drag him back down here and ask him why. So them being surprised in this chapter is kind of redundant.
I'm not too sure if that's the most surprise so much as the whole big anime trope of the person will always say another person's name when they walk into a scene. Always. Like
it's just
like if you watch any anime at all, like just pick a one at random. When somebody walks into a scene or makes an entrance for the first time in a while, or for the first time in that scene, someone will say their name.
Yeah, I know that. It's just I feel like this, but it's not just this page. Like eventually you'll find out later on that they are kind of like, why the hell are you doing this? And it's just like, you already asked that question when he shot you the first time. Anyway, so they do the whole Ishida-kun thing, and he's like, don't move any of you. If a single one of you move from your spots, I'll fire. And I'm just like, this is making me think back to when Urukyo was fighting Ichigo, and I'm just like, wow, this is the same guy who was protecting Orihime and lost his arm.
Yep. The first thing Ichigo does is take a step forward and get shot at.
Yeah. I bet you when Ichigo asks about this late, he probably like, oh, I knew you were gonna dodge it. That's why I shot you. You know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bullshit things you can say. Anyway, so he says, "Don't make me repeat myself." And he's like, and Ichigo's like, "Screw that! I'm not gonna cuss. Don't you dare give me that sorry ass excuse." You know. And
Yeah.
you know, Ichigo's like, "Do you understand why you're here?" And then Uryu basically responds that he actually knows what's going on. You know, because Ichigo's basically saying, "Look, Uryu, everything's gonna be destroyed." And Uryu says, you think I'd be here if I didn't know that? Of course I know that." So then Ichigo's like, "Why then? Why would you do that?" And then Uryu gives the one answer that I knew was coming. Everyone knew this was coming because I'm a Quincy.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I'm an Uchiha.
Yeah, it's just like the only answer you could give without actually giving the full on truth. And you know, and we all know it's a bullshit answer. And the reason why is because it makes, first off, Ichigo's also a Quincy. You know, everything of that. Two, there's no way he would be okay with the destruction. I know that sometimes if your dad or your mom or someone related to you is like the serial killer, you might have a hard time, you know, turning on him.
Right, but that's not the case here.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the case. Not to mention that even if that's, you know, this is destroying the universe type of thing. There's no reason loyalty to a race or a bloodline would have any, you know, any impact on this whatsoever. Not to mention, this is the same guy who basically caused your mom to die. So there is no way, absolutely no way that that's actually the real answer. And if anyone falls for that, you deserve to be called stupid.
We're looking at you, Yowak, Mr. Almighty.
I think no. Ewok probably knows. He probably planned. He probably did the Aizen thing where like Aizen knew that Gideon was the traitor, but he still had him wrong anyway. It's probably the same thing.
Yeah.
Because even remember, Hashwall is also skeptical. It's like, why the hell did you say yes?
Yep. And then more of the current Stern Ritter elites show up. Chad, Orihime, and Ganzu line up for back-to-back beatdowns.
You know, it's interesting that these guys have angel wings because it's just reinforcing the fact that this guy's trying to be God. I mean, it's kind of funny. Actually, wait. I have a question. How many? I don't know. I don't know if you're religious at all. But do you know anything about Christianity in terms of like how many angels there are, archangels there are?
No.
Because I was thinking maybe that the number of the number of the elite people in the elite guard, are, the same number of people in like archangels, like Gabriel, Michael, all those people.
Yeah.
I was thinking that, but because they have angel wings, right? And then Box is like the Judaism word for God. Or it's not even Catholic. Maybe it could easily be Judaism. But I don't know anything about Judaism, so... well, not much about it, at least, so I don't know.
You know, and like I said, like you're saying, like the angel wings show up. Our guys get ready to get the shit beat out of them. Let's see here. And then,
there's no way that they're going to win. There's no way.
It's pretty much been my running thing that we have no faith in these people whatsoever.
Well, that's exactly why. Like, why would we? It's kind of like the Dragon Ball Z with if you're not a Saiyan, then what the hell are you doing there?
Hell, even if you are, I mean, how many fights has Vegeta actually won compared to like major fights? I should say. I mean, in the current arc, the last fight he won was Android 19 with the androids. And then with Majin Buu, there's like one of like Dabura's guys is the one that last one he wins there. Everything else is either like he's either serving as a punching bag or a distraction or fused with Goku.
Yeah. So let's see.
Anyway, and then they show up here. It's like pretty much these guys have them pegged. Now this is some army. Like I think some massive army had come to stop His Highness, but not really.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to get annoyed by the amount of times they call him His Majesty. I don't know. Maybe it's just bugging me because I think I think that Joe Box is an asshole. So it's just bugging me at this point. Like when it said Aizen-sama, at least they call him by name. You know?
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. I get it. I get that these guys revere him. I get he's supposed to be their god. I get that he probably saved their lives somehow, like with the Asnote. But it's getting a little annoying at this point.
I took it that just how they do it.
Also,
anyway,
this guy's a Thor ripoff. Obviously, right?
I was thinking more like generic superhero than anything, but yeah, I can see Thor.
Yeah, especially now that we had that female Thor who wears the same mask. So
I don't follow the comics. American comics much, so I couldn't tell.
I don't follow either, but I see pictures online. That's basically the mask.
Okay.
So no, they
actually kind of a neat little fun fact to interrupt with here. Did you ever read Rurouni Kenshin at all? The manga specifically.
Yes, I did. The last part of it.
Did you know that some of those villains actually were based off of Marvel villains?
Did not know that. Or maybe I might have. I forgot though.
Like, there's two in particular. One of them had his limbs lengthened with rings. I forget their names, but he was based off Venom.
Oh, okay.
And then there's like the one guy with a gun attached to his arm, Kuji Ranami, I think his name was. He was based off Apocalypse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There might be a third one in there. I'm not remembering right offhand, but I know those two for sure. I also remember they actually slipped a little One Piece reference in there too. Because Oda used to be one of his assistants. Like there's like a little bomb with a Straw Hat Pirate logo on it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so going back to Bleach.
Uryu blows out on the ground and sends Ichigo falling away again.
Oh my gosh! Okay, so he's just like Ryu's like, I'll just have to drop them. That's all there is to it. And Ichigo's like, Ishida,
and then one
Tetsuo, Akira,
Sasuke.
We don't say his name here. So the other
he will not be named.
So Mr. Sniper dude, one of the elite guards, shoots. I think he tries to shoot Ichigo. I think Ichigo does get shot. I see like a sound effect.
Yeah.
We don't know that. Something, yeah.
And then Uryu wastes the entire next page, all of his dialogue, explaining what this guy's thought process was.
We all know what he was doing. My gosh!
And if we don't know, we don't really care.
Why would a guy? Well, first off, why would he explain to the guy what he's thinking? Why would you do that? Why would you explain to someone? Why would anyone do that?
Well, the way it shows up on here is like Uryu's like. He knows the guy's about to lecture him, and he's saying like he's just kind of heading off the lecture to him. But
still, okay. First off, this guy has the ability to basically like the way he shoots. It's not like he shoots something, but it's like it doesn't like anything that's in the range of his like sniper like disintegrates or like just gets destroyed. Yep. So like that's why it's unavoidable. So I don't know how well Ichigo's doing, but he probably has some Quincy bullshit powers that allow him to like recover. Anyway, so yeah, he basically Uryu explains to the guy, he's like, yeah, I knew you were gonna say that they wouldn't survive a fall, they wouldn't survive a fall from here, and even if they did survive, there's no way they can make it back from below. But if I killed them before them dropping them, then we wouldn't have to worry at all. That's what his protecting Titan's meant, right? Mm-hmm. So basically, the guy wanted to kill Ichigo just to be sure, and he spent an entire page explaining to the guy who already knows that, but also to us who don't care.
Yep. Like I said, the only thing I can think of here is that it's like Uryu's like expecting the guy to lecture him and saying, "Yeah, I get it. You don't have to tell me."
But we don't. Yeah, I know, but we don't need this. Like, this could just be silent. Why did Kubo do that? And then Mr. Thor comes in. He's like, "Well said, newcomer. You have our acknowledgement." And I'm just like, that's what it takes to get someone's acknowledgement. Explain to them exactly what they're going to say to you.
And then Yuak is dealing with the Soul King and Mimihagi, and apparently this kind of confirms the thing I was kind of afraid of here, where he's like, "Are you trying to drag me, your own child, down as well?" And it's like it actually confirms that this is basically the Soul King's son, which really hurts his points as a villain for me, his villain cred, because all this stuff, all the destruction of the universe, and it basically boils down to daddy issues.
Was Lucifer the son of God, technically?
Not in the sense you're probably thinking of.
Okay, because I feel like
God, created by God, sure, but he's not like the son of God in the same sense as, say, Jesus.
Okay, because I was thinking, maybe the Antichrist would. Wait, what's? Oh no, Antichrist is the son of the devil, right, or something like that.
So that would be the son of Lucifer in that case.
Yeah, well, in this case, whatever. It's like we all know that Kubo's trying to make a lot of like connections to like religion. So I don't know what he's going with here. I mean, obviously, Yuabog is look at the way he's drawn. He's basically supposed to be Jesus Christ, Son of God. That's Jesus, right?
Yep.
But of course, it's like corrupted Jesus. This is evil Jesus, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, my gosh, I don't need this right now.
Yeah.
I just took a religion final, okay? I'm done with this shit. So basically says, okay, well, even if you could see the future, you couldn't see the difference in our strength. So you're far inferior compared to me. And he's basically talking to the arm at this point.
Yeah.
And he takes the powers from the right hand and puts it on himself, so you can see like the black shit all over his body with all the eyes.
Yep.
And the world, I mean, everything starts to crumble again, basically meaning that Ukitake, Gambit didn't pay off, or not in the long term at least.
Or at least
he's like,
it was meant to stall for time, but then Ichigo and crew wasted it.
Yeah. So, which makes me wonder what was the whole point of that in the first place, you know?
Yeah.
So Geobox like, I'll be taking everything that belongs to the Soul King, and I don't know if this means he's gonna be looking for the other limbs. In which case, that's gonna be a stupid scavenger hunt that I don't want to see happen. I kind of want this to be the final battlefield.
It's kind of signifying something like that. He's like, I'll take the Soul King, absorb him, and until I'm done, don't let anything get in my way.
Yeah, I don't know. Is he gonna like? Yeah. So that's a finger. What's that finger doing? Is the finger like? You can see something. The darkness like some dark shit spat out from his finger. But what is that? Is that looking for like? Is that supposed to be like some type of a scout that looks for the other limbs?
I don't know, something like that. Either way, he's giving Soul Society to the finger.
Literally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I hope this doesn't take. Oh, what am I saying? It's gonna take a long time. Never mind.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, the main thing that annoyed me about this chapter were, number one, Uryu's long-winded explanation of his expected lecture to the guy who was going to give him that lecture.
So he still got the lecture anyway, just from a different point of view, a point of mouth, basically.
He self-inflicted it, basically.
Yeah, what the hell?
I mean, and then also, Ichigo getting thrown down. I mean, like I said, you said beforehand, I think you were counting this. Like, he's been, like I said, we started with him in Hueco Mundo.
Yeah.
He doesn't get
got trapped.
He gets trapped partway through. He doesn't get to Soul Society till the very end.
Yeah.
He gets injured. He gets sent up to the Zero Squad. He gets fixed. He gets his sword fixed. Then he gets sent down back to Soul Society. He doesn't get there till it's almost too late. Then, by that point, he has to go back up because Yoak used his coming down to get up himself, and now he's going back down again.
And we have to assume he's going to go back up now again.
Exactly. I mean, it's ridiculous.
It's literally child's writing at this point. Like, I don't care what anyone said. I don't care about Kubo's credentials. This is child's writing. Even worse, because I feel like I'm disrespecting children by saying it's child's writing, because
it's
is
sloppy
so
writing.
Dumb. It's I can't believe someone actually calls himself a professional and does that. Like, he's basically hyped up a confrontation for 5 years, and it's still not paying off.
I know, like it's just stalling. It's just stalling at this point, almost.
Well, obviously that's what he's doing to get as much money as possible. But I mean, even then, there are better ways to do it. I mean, like, you can make it like fillerish in the sense that you can maybe have a lot of fighting, but at least that you get the feeling that something's getting done. This is just getting stupid. Like,
I mean, you could at least have given us a few chapters of the Earthling trio getting beaten down,
or just have Ichigo fight off a piece of fodder or something. Like, just a guy that was going to be win, that Ichigo's going to destroy, but just extend the fight a little long. At least have something be done. At least we can say, hey, Ichigo actually did something. It may not be something big, but at least he did something. Going up and down is not. It's not what I was expecting.
Nope. And then at this point, like, the only thing I think was he's stalling it's a stall to give the other Shinigami Soul Reapers time to get up there.
But what? There's
again,
no way that they're going to be doing anything, right?
Except for maybe Kenpachi, because Kenpachi's important.
Yeah, I mean, but basically, they're not gonna have like 3 Shinigami, because there's too many Shinigami. There's not enough elite guards, right? And we all know the way Kubo does it. There's no way they're gonna be 3 on 3 on 1. It's not gonna work that way. And basically, anyone who's revealed as Bankai, like Soifon, for example, they can be killed off taken down immediately, because Kubo works by revealing. Once a character reveals all of his abilities, he doesn't have the creativity to be able to make them use it in different ways. So he just makes it so that they're one trick pony, basically.
It occurs to me that's probably why Kenpachi is like one of the more consistent fighters here, because he doesn't need to use his power creatively.
Yeah,
he is power.
That's also why he's very. That also explains why he's also very careful not to use Ichigo too much, because if he uses Ichigo too much, then basically Ichigo reveals all of his abilities, and then that makes him not, surprising or it takes away a lot.
He's already used Getsuka Tensho.
Yeah, but he obviously has more than that. But like,
like a super Getsuka Tensho, he's used that too.
Probably. He has the X version. X version. But he's probably also don't forget about the Bankai, and then maybe there's the Hollow thing again, or maybe there's a form that's like half Hollow, half Quincy. Who knows? Like, Kubo can throw anything at us at this point, but he doesn't want to do it. But here's the thing: like, he doesn't want to reveal everything, because he wants the final fight to have a lot of suspense,
cliffhangers.
Yeah, cliffhangers, and you don't get that if you reveal all of their abilities. So that's why he's doing this with Ichigo. That's why he's not. With Kenpachi, for example. If you think about it, even for Kenpachi, he's not making Kenpachi do that many fights, and that's the reason why. Is because now that Kenpachi has a Shikai, like his true Shikai, what's left? There's two things left: the Bankai and then the eye patch. Well, the eye patch will probably come off first, but so basically, Kenpachi is good for 2 more fights. Because the problem is, yeah, Kenpachi normally just slashes his way through, but it's been proven in the early parts of this arc that doesn't work anymore. These guys are too strong. So
Well,
now Kenpachi's
he could always try slicing the things with 2 hands again.
yeah, but no, because it's been done. It's been done before, so it can't be done again. Remember that.
For what it's worth, I always kind of liked that part. I mean, it's such a silly thing, but for Kenpachi, it works.
Yeah, but he hates it. So this, he's gonna. It's just like, but the thing is, even if he can do that, it's I feel like it might be done to extend the fight, but it's never gonna win the fight again. Same thing with the eye patch. Like even actually now I think about the eye patch. Because the eye patch and the 2-hand thing have been done before, it might extend a fight so that maybe if he's losing he gets the upper hand, but it'll never be the finishing blow because it's not gonna kill one of these guys off. Like he never does that.
It's something we've seen already. Yeah.
Yeah. There's always something different. Like that Kubo does. I think he like hates. I think he hates it when you have to when a character kills a guy twice the same way, the same way twice, or 2 guys the same way twice. So that's what he hates, and I get that. I understand it, but as a professional, he has to be more creative in the ways he does it, because like that's why one of the reasons why I love Siren is basically because he's using the same damn ability over and over again, but he's using different ways to do it. The main character of that series, by the way. Both me and Doctor know about it, but just because you don't know, he basically has this one super like energy ball ability that he learns how to use in different manners, like using it as a snipe, as like an arrow type of thing. Then he uses like a shield. It all ends up being from the same core ability, but he's applying it in different ways, and that is something that Kubo is very, very bad at.
Yeah. Like we discussed this before, like pretty much like, I mean, the one character he really gave a chance to do that was the imagination guy, which pissed you off. I know, didn't bug me quite so much, just because I like the concept enough, but I can definitely see where it would piss someone off very quickly.
Well, it's because if you have an imagination guy, why don't you imagine everyone dying? Why not? He did. I mean, he did do it, but why don't you do it again? I don't get it. That's the issue. Like he even proved that it's actually possible. Like if you told me that there was an imagination guy, but he had limits, then it's fine. But the thing is, though, he showed that he didn't have limits. He showed that he can just outright kill someone with it. So why don't you think? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Like you can imagine someone dying, but you don't do it with Kenpachi. All you can come up with is like, oh, I'm gonna imagine like 20,000 guns shooting at him. It's like, wow, he's a Shinigami. He's probably not gonna work that well. It's just
yeah. In the words of Buffy, these things never useful. In reference to guns.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless you're Alucard.
Well, unless you're the good guys.
Yeah. But yeah. So the final chapter, the final page is basically like you see this long black thing it's going down into the Soul Society, or Vondenreich / Soul Society. And probably looking for the other limbs. I wonder where they are. Probably not. I don't know. Maybe there might be like a plot twist where they actually are. But despair rains down on them as hope disappears.
My guess, if we are actually going to be looking at the other limbs, there might be one extra limb in each of the different realms. Hueco Mundo, Earth, and all that.
One from Earth. Okay, so the left arm was one. So basically 3 limbs left, right? So
yeah. So we got those. No, we have that little in between space as well.
The tunnel? Yeah, the tunnel place. I forgot what it's called. The Dangai. The Dangan? No,
Dangai.
Dangai. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know at all. Stupid. Yeah. I don't know. A lot of people like this chapter. I don't know what the hell they're smoking.
Yeah, I haven't looked at anyone else's comments or reviews, so I don't know what other people think of it. But my first thought was like, really? I mean, really. I mean, the biggest event of this chapter is Uryu speeching at a guy's own thoughts back at him. I mean, that's and Ichigo falling down again. I I mean,
Yeah.
not. I mean, you were saying there's people were talking about character development, but what development? The only thing we got from Uryu is stuff we know is going to end up being bullshit.
Yeah. And the Ishida Uryu confrontation didn't really mean much. Not to mention that it already happened when Uryu shot him down back when Ichigo was trying to get back up, or was trying to confront Yubog back in the Soul Society. So it's kind of like, oh my gosh, I'm just starting to get really annoyed. How many times have I just like? I mean, I don't have a video cam up, but I've facepalmed like 20 times already.
I mostly just been shaking my head. I'm not a face palmer. I shake my head.
Yeah, well, I play a lot of soccer, so face palming tends to be something everyone does.
Well, your hands do tend to be free more often.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's actually very common for when a striker misses a shot, he'll always put his face on his head or on I don't know, his face on his head, his palms on his head or on his face, like top of his head. But yeah, so it's just.
I know, it's just ridiculous at this point.
It's ridiculous.
It really is.
Because this is a guy. This is a guy who used to be very good, and he has a huge following, and obviously had talent coming in. What the hell is he doing now? Like, he's given up. He's given up. Like, he has given up, and the fans don't see that because they'll never see that.
But big enough fans won't. I mean, I think we've both seen a few pragmatic fans who are like, yeah, it sucks, but I'm reading it anyway. Like, we're kind of falling out ourselves, to be honest.
Well, no, I mean, with us, it's basically we've read it so much of it, we might as well finish it. That's what it is. That's why we're reading this. Because no matter how bad something gets, I hate it to lead, especially this far in, and then look back and be like, oh, so that happened, without actually experiencing it. As much as it's painful to do it, it's still better than leaving it now, like dropping it, and then going back and reading what happens through like a wiki page. Because I'd rather experience chapters myself. Because who knows? I'll say this though. One thing that I still like from what Kubo does is that when Ichigo goes like full hollow or does some superpower, as much how bullshit reason like it happens or why it's the ridiculousness, you enjoy it. You like seeing how Ichigo slash people's heads off, you know?
Right, because that's cool. It's actiony. There's stuff actually happening.
And I kind of want to see that happen. That's why I don't want to read that and say, oh, in chapter 700, Ichigo went hollow. It's like, I actually want to experience.
And on that note,
going hollow.
All the visors seem to have forgotten that they're part hollow.
Yeah, I think we say this before multiple times in the chapter. Yeah, exactly. They've forgotten that they can go hollow, even though it's actually important that they go hollow. And it's not even explained. Like, is there like a deal that they had to make that they couldn't do it anymore? And I honestly, don't you think that deal would be void in this type of situation? Because I know society's a dick when it comes to rules, but man, you know.
Yeah.
That's a dumb thing to ask too, considering that it's just a mask and only can last for 3 minutes.
Well, it varies from person to person, but yeah.
Yeah, well, it's for everyone except for Ichigo and maybe everyone except for Mashiro and Ichigo is 3 minutes. They actually said that everyone else can do like 3 minutes. And the thing is though, Mashiro is also 3 minutes when she fights strong opponents, so it doesn't matter how long she can hold it normally. And with Ichigo, we never keep count. They never actually had an official like number, but let's assume it's longer than 3 minutes.
Yeah. That or 2 minutes and 59 seconds. Man, like I said, people are saying they like the chapter, and I genuinely cannot see why. I really cannot.
These are the same people who still like Bleach, regardless of as a whole. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I can't see. I can see why. Just this, if you're so into Kubo.
Yeah, and you get to some nice stuff once in a while here too, but at the same time, it's not enough to offset the bad, in my opinion.
I just think that people don't like being told that what they read or what they like is crap. I think that, it's kind of like in denial, like. Because like no one likes that, right? No one likes something that you love to be told it's bad, especially by a guy who actually has reason behind it. Because then you can't argue back, and then you look stupid, and it's bad.
You can argue back. It just depends on how much you care about looking stupid.
Yeah. I mean, you can argue back, but you can't argue back with actual like good logic.
Like I said, I will never be able to post these videos in actual Bleach forums. I really will not.
Well, we don't intend to piss Bleach fans off. This is our opinion. This is our thoughts on Bleach. It's just an opinion that I think uses a lot of good logic, whereas a lot of fans' opinions tend to be very fanny logic, which is
Yeah.
not much logic at all.
I will say this though, one thing on the very last page, like where you're seeing like the little black bloody sword thing go down. The way it's kind of shooting out from the royal tower and all that, it actually almost looks like an actual sword.
Yeah,
You see the
probably
hilt,
is.
you see the handle, and you see the blade going down.
It probably is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Yeah. Well, it's like it's the way the building and everything kind of works together. It does kind of form to look like a sword, which I thought was a small but cool point.
It also can work like a cross too. Remember that?
Yeah,
they
you're
like
right.
crosses.
They do like their crosses. You're right about that.
Yeah, and if it's a sword, yeah. Yes, I'll just leave it at that then. I know he can make swords with his hands too. So yeah. Yes. I think that's about it for today.
Yep.
For Bleach.
Yep. So with this video, you know where we stand with Bleach. Like I said, leave a comment letting us know where you stand, or like I said, as usual, like everyone else says, like, comment, subscribe. This has been Zay Doctor. This has been Typical Manga Fan, and this has been our review of Bleach Chapter 620. Where do you stand? Stay tuned, and we'll be on. Our next review will be for One Piece Chapter 780.